Hey everybody, RC Peck here. And in a world that things just can't get any crazier, more craziness is happening in the Chinese stock market. And even if you're never going to invest in Chinese stocks, this is such an important lesson because it's really going to help you grow your portfolio better. So stick around, I'll tell you what's happening with another part of the Chinese stock market and how you can make sure it does not happen to your portfolio. Hey guys, this is RC Peck, and I want to talk to you about the Chinese government again. Now, if you've been in my world for a while, you know that I was an Asian studies major. I wrote my senior thesis in college on the first American-Chinese joint venture in 1985. So I have a long history with China. I was in Hong Kong when it got handed back to China in 1997. I was in China 1 year after the Tiananmen Square incident. So I have a long history with China. Have not been there in a long time, but I feel like I kind of know them because I spent a lot of time in the 90s, in the 1990s, going to China. So let me go over to the price charts and let me show you what's going on because it is so fascinating. As I said in the intro, even if you're not going to buy Chinese stocks or international stocks, what's going on is really important for you to understand because it can help you be a better investor. Okay, so let me go over to the Chinese stock market, which is getting crushed. Okay, so here is a stock. It's Tal Education Group. Okay, so this stock is basically going to zero right now. And the reason is because China came out. I'm saying China like it's an entity, but it kind of is. China said they're worried how much people are spending on after-school education and weekend school education. So any online educator is absolutely getting crushed. And I'm just going to show a few of them. So this is one online educator. Now, what I want to show you on here is this stock stopped going up in February of this year. Right. So if you're an investor, you don't want to be in things that are falling and you want to know when you're wrong. Right. So even if you're never going to touch a Chinese education stock or a Chinese online education stock, there were many signs that told you to get out of this before it absolutely cratered. I mean, that's 25% down today. That's down here. The price is down here. And it's just not TAL. Here's EDU, which is an even bigger stock based on market cap. And the same thing happened. It peaked in February. And that one's almost near, it's down to $2. That's getting close to zero. So that's another Chinese online education. I'll do one more, GOTU. And yes, it basically looks like the same stock chart. Now, let's just go back to EDU because this is the largest from a market cap on all three of them. The reason I want to bring this up is what I'll often see when I look at people's portfolios is they'll own like 5 of Cathie Wood's ARK investments. If you know ARK Investment, Cathie Wood, she's like the ETF money manager of the day. And I'll look in people's portfolios and they have like all 6 of them, or they have 3 of them, 3 out of the 6 of them, or they'll have 8 of them. And they all move up and down exactly the same. And so people think they're diversified, but they're not. Here's an example here, just looking at Chinese education companies thinking, oh, I'm diversified. I own different Chinese online education companies. And if you're thinking I would never do that, again, look at your own portfolio. How many precious metal mining companies do you have? More than one? More than just the ETF? How many different large cap tech growth companies do you have? So we do this over and over, and it's hard to see when we do it ourselves. But this is a perfect example where you being taught to be over diversified can be very painful. Now, guys, I'm kind of flabbergasted. Like, what is China doing here? Like, this is pretty amazing. Now, as far as the overall market, it's actually not hurting on a direct, like here's the Shanghai Stock Exchange Composite Index. It's done nothing this year, while other markets around the world have. So, maybe literally they're probably looking at the Chinese stock market and going, well, we're not crashing it, so let's keep cleaning up until it actually hurts the market. But this is Chinese internet right here. So this is the Chinese internet ETF. And you can see this thing is getting pummeled today. This is not just at online Chinese education stocks. This is the Crane Shares CSI China Internet ETF. Again, no diversification here if people thought they were being diversified by being in different parts of the Chinese market. For fun, let's just see how it's affecting emerging markets. And it's badly affecting emerging markets. Now, this is all the emerging markets that go into EEM. And you can see it is absolutely taking out emerging markets, which look like they're about negative for the year. So this is just a good example of just showing how being diversified in name isn't always what it appears to be, because it's hurting all over the place. For reference, emerging market ex-China. So this is emerging markets without any Chinese shares, and you can see looks better. Still not the best place to be. But man, the Chinese government is like, what are they doing? They got rid of 60% of all Bitcoin miners on the planet. 95%, let me think if I get this right, 65% of all Bitcoin miners are in China, and they shut down 90% of them, which means 60% of all Bitcoin miners are now gone. Like, they are cracking down all over the place, just now cracking down on online education companies saying, we want to ease the burden. Oh, thank you, China, for easing the burden. You're so good to us, Chinese government, because you know what's best for us. I think in the US here, we have a great government. I think over the last 4 years, it was gutted. And now we're in kind of the wake of a gutted government. And look, guys, I'm a recovering cynic. I'd like to think I'm recovering, and so I have issues with my own government. Absolutely, I'm a skeptic at best of our government, cynic at worst. But oh my gosh, China's going about this way different than the U.S. is, and it is absolutely killing and crushing sectors. Now, what will happen to EDU and KWeb and all those things? I don't know. I mean, look, China Internet is not going out of business. They're not going away, right? China's not going away. Here's FXI here. This is a dollar-dominated Chinese large cap. It's not going away. So there could be a time where this becomes a truly great buy when literally all the pain is already priced. Already priced in. This is A shares. So this is looking at owning China in local currency. Any way you slice China, oh my gosh, they are killing. They are really crushing parts of their stock market. That's why I showed you the Shanghai Stock Exchange Composite Index. That's a mouthful. To show you that really from a overall market in their own currency, it's just going sideways now. So there could be an opportunity coming up soon, but man, that's really captured my attention. And again, even if you never buy a Chinese stock or an international stock, really taking away from these videos is, do I know how to read price? Do I know how to read price charts? Have I been taught how to read price charts? Do I know where that main signal is that tells me that I'm right or tells me that I'm wrong? Do I know where the strength is? Those three questions are not taught to people. Thanks, guys, for being in my world. I appreciate you. If you like the video, please like it on YouTube and share it. Leave a comment. I read all comments. Where am I getting this right? Where am I getting this wrong? If you don't usually leave a comment, leave one. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. And these videos, I read all comments and I reply to them. Thanks for being in my world, and please check out our free course, Clarity and Control. It absolutely tells you how to get your clarity and control back over your finances, over your portfolio. It's a very powerful, absolutely free course. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Okay, bye.